Hey everybody, I'm back with another video. So I just got done with seeing Into the Spider-Verse, and I wore my Spider-Man jacket and embarrassed all my friends because it's one of those jackets where you can zip it up, and they did not approve of that. But what did I think of it? I thought it was really good. Now, of course, this will be a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen it, then you probably shouldn't watch this. So I saw on Instagram that Kevin Smith kind of he spoiled this small part in it, but it was really cool to see the very beginning. Besides the all the flashing, see that's my problem with the movie itself is there was a lot of flashing. Now I'm not known to epileptic seizures or anything, but I wasn't a fan of that because especially the opening credits, as it was just flashing and changing all the credits. I'm like, this isn't really necessary. It's just flashing for the sake of flashing. And it was. I mean, overall the movie was fantastic. Honestly, it was probably my favorite Spider-Man movie. And sorry if I sound weird. I've been sick since Friday, but we're gonna swing on through it. But this movie was fantastic. But I didn't like the opening credits of the companies, but there was the Comics Code Authority that popped up. I really liked that. And then it went to the origin story, and it gives you a false, especially because when I first saw the trailers, I was a little confused because there was it's Spider-Man, Miles Morales' dad is talking about Spider-Man. I'm like, why is there Spider-Man here, and then there's gonna be Miles Morales, unless something goes on. And of course, it's it kind of looks like Ben Riley, but that's up in the air. It's not specifically said, but it looks a lot like him because, he does the whole dyed his hair thing and he's got blue eyes. So it looked a lot like Ben Riley. And then we have he dies, which was really sad. But I heard a few people on Instagram said they cried 4 times. I didn't really cry, but there was it was really sad stuff but especially Kingpin Kingpin was really great in this movie too, especially he wasn't, I don't think, as good of course as Daredevil Kingpin, but he was still super good. He was still a really good villain because again, at least most of the Kingpins I've seen, maybe not the 616 universe, but Ultimate Spider-Man, Daredevil Spider-Man, and this Spider-Man all sort of have that one streamline of Vanessa and trying to make sure she's okay. And then Vanessa, you find out finds out the Kingpin is the Kingpin, and then she's like, okay, we're gonna leave, and then they end up dead, and that's really sad. And so he's just trying to get him back, and that was really sympathetic. I really like that. Spider-Man's been getting good villains recently. He's got Homecoming the villain, the Vulture, and then he's got this universe. And again, Miles Morales himself is coming back a lot. Because he's got the video game, PS4 2018, the one that was released September 7th. And then he's got this. So he's really, jumping into the spotlight. And this movie, especially, if you don't know anything about Spider-Man or, most of the big stuff, because I knew that the Prowler was Miles' dad, and I knew a few of the Easter eggs. I didn't catch all of them, but I liked all the suits. But yeah, this is definitely what the mainstream audience needs if they don't understand Spider-Man. That was really awesome, I thought. Now I've read a few Spider-Man comics, as you can see back there. So as you can see right here, this is just this isn't even all of them. Well, this is all the ones I have. But I've read this one. This is when Peter Parker comes back. I believe that's right. Peter Parker comes back, and that should be right. Anyway, there's 2 Spider-Men, and then we've got This is like Venom, and this is maybe the one where he teams up with Captain America. Yeah, 'cause the first two are just his origin story. So I've read the first four volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man, and then I've read where Peter Parker comes back. Uh, but he's come back quite a bit, because then there's Spider-Man, which is when the 616 universe, my bad, comes in. I'm pretty sure, I haven't read that one, but he comes in and they meet, I'm pretty sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just what I am aware of from researching the internet. So yeah, I've read the first four volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man, so I have a decent grasp on Miles, because people have been saying this is like way better than the comics, and I would agree, especially because like because Miles in the comics is mostly just like kind of confused. He's like, what would Peter Parker do? And he's like not really his own character. But this Miles is really good. On a side note, I still have like, especially when I did my trailer review, because there was that trailer like a few months ago or something. I complained about like the Peter Parker voice actor. I didn't like him, and I didn't like Gwen Stacy's hair or Miles Morales' hair. I still kind of don't like Miles Morales' hair because, like, for one, it doesn't make sense in the costume. Like, if he's got that big head of hair, it should not be able to go over the mask like that. Like, that should not be happening. That's why, because in the comics, like, especially my thing is, like, I don't know why they changed it. Because, like, they could have just, like, given him his dad's haircut or something. Because clearly, his dad doesn't have a whole lot of hair. So it's not like an animation problem. They could have done it. Because all Miles has is, like, basically his dad's haircut. But they give him a big head of hair. I don't know why. It bothers me. So I don't like that. That's again, I'm not going to deduct any points from that in my review. I'm just nitpicking. Now Peter Parker's voice actor. Do I think he's any better? Has he grown on me? I would say yeah. I think he's pretty decent. Because I mean, originally when I heard him, I'm like, that sounds too like not as. I know he's a grown-up Spider-Man, so he's not going to sound like a kid. But it's not the way I pictured Spider-Man. Because again, like Yuri Lowenthal does Spider-Man, he's got like a youthful voice. I feel like, but this Spider-Man, now again, I know he's older. He's kind of out of it. He's like bigger, and he's like not in the mood to be Spider-Man. So, uh, he has grown on me because I've got context. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. But yeah, cause like when I picture Peter Parker, I picture it like youthful, even though he's not always a teenager. I get that, but this one's a bit more like grounded. He's like, I'm kind of done being Spider-Man, so I respect that. So I can, you know, the voice has grown on me. Um, but if we're gonna talk Easter eggs for a second, I did notice that Edgar Wright posted a picture of his Easter egg, so I saw that, and then I don't know if you were paying attention, but when Miles first got his powers and he went through his phone book, this name popped up. Sarah Pacelli, I believe is how it's pronounced. And that is the artist that works on Ultimate Spider-Man, which I thought that was super awesome that they included that. Um, I'm sure there were plenty of others I missed. I tried to look for all the different suits, and I saw like the Spider-Mobile. I saw plenty of suits. I don't know if I can name all of them, but there was, there was the big time stealth suit. There was the spider armors. The second one, the one I hate. Like, I don't like that one because the eyes look too like narrow and they're weird looking. But there was that one. But yeah, this movie was just fantastic. I loved Kingpin. I liked, and there was like the girl version of Doc Ock, which is in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. I'm not sure if that's in like any other universe. Maybe Spider-Man Unlimited, but I haven't seen that honestly. I remember catching like glimpses of it as a kid, but I'm like, this isn't really my style because it's futuristic and I didn't like it at the time. So I haven't seen that. But there were like plenty of Easter eggs. I loved it. This is most definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie. So aside from a few parts of the animation I didn't like, then I mean overall it's just fantastic. Especially Spider-Man's jokes were like, they were pretty good. I liked them. So how would I rate this overall? I would give it probably like an A minus, just because like again, it's not perfect. No movie can be perfect really, but the few nitpicks I have were minor. They didn't really affect the movie, except for the whole like epileptic seizure thing. That bugged me a lot because I'm like, In the context of the movie, it worked, but like when they were just doing it for Flash, like in the beginning of the opening credits, that was kind of annoying. But yeah, it was a really good movie. My friends did not allow me to stick around after the credits because they said there wasn't going to be anything, so I did not see if there was. But I'm sure I'll catch you sometime. Thanks for watching. This might be my last video for a while because Christmas is coming up. I'll be done with high school Wednesday, so that'll be awesome. So by the time that the new year comes around, there should be a lot more videos coming out because I'll have more time to read comics and everything that involves comics. So yeah, keep your eyes open for more videos, and hopefully more Spider-Man videos. Because hopefully I should have a thing coming in the mail in like January. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then I appreciate if you left some sort of comment or some sort of annotation like a thumbs up, something. You don't have to, but it would be appreciated if you did. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Peace.